We're here at Illawong Gardens, and this right here, my friends, where I was beaten, stabbed and left for dead, and the New South Wales Police cover it up. So it was about 1 a.m. in 2012. I'm asleep in that room there, and I hear a bunch of people, drunk people, out in this car park here, smashing bottles, talking about canned cars, damaging cars, right? Now my mother's car was parked right here in this parking space. So I was worried for my mother's car. So, half asleep, I opened that window and in a low, deep voice, but not angry, I just said, "Oi, move along out there. Be quiet out there," or something like that. I go back to bed. Suddenly, a bottle gets thrown through my window. I'm instantly out of bed, go to the front door, which is around that corner, open it to see 3 people coming, trying to attempt a home invasion. I grab the closest thing I could, which in hindsight was the dumbest thing to grab, one of them really skinny vacuum pipes, but it seemed to deter them, the visual side of it, and they backed off up to about there. I came out to face, and little did I know that about an extra 5 mates coming around the corner. So suddenly I'm around the corner here, faced off against about 7, 8 people. Now I will say, one did try to de-escalate, was like, "Oh, just go back inside, mate, go back inside." But then someone grabbed me from behind, and this little vanilla midget runt comes running in, pops me 3 times in the jaw. Didn't feel a thing, little runt. The last thing I remember was saying, "If that's all you got, motherfucker, then you're in for a world of hurt." That's the exact last thing I remember. Next thing I knew, I wake up in the hallway over there. I don't remember what happened in between. And people are surrounding me and calling an ambulance. My girlfriend lived in that apartment over there at the time. Now, from what I've been told, I was knocked over the head with something which ambulance drivers assumed was one of these broken fence palings. And while I was down and unconscious, they actually stabbed me prison style while I was unconscious. That's how pussy they were. So we'll walk over here. So the ambulance comes, and my girlfriend at the time, sorry, I'm a little tired, so that's why I'm sitting. My girlfriend at the time was living in that flat over there. She had her son with her, so she couldn't come with the ambulance. My mother was here, but she refused to come in the ambulance, and she was telling the ambulance drivers that he likes to put it on. And as you can see from the previous interview, I've gotten that pretty much all my life. So I went to hospital by myself, and I couldn't breathe, and they couldn't figure out why. And then my girlfriend came about 5 in the morning, and she gave me a hug. And I went, and she felt under my armpit, and that's when I went, "Ah!" And it was actually my girlfriend who looked under my armpit and found the stab wound. So then they figured out that it was a stab wound, under here. And, which I've got the photos. And yes, and then the police came in the afternoon, and I told them exactly the person whose friends did it, and I pointed out the flat, which was in the upper corner over there, and the police told me they weren't going to charge anyone. And I got so enraged that against doctor's orders, I discharged myself from hospital to try and find out why no one was getting charged. And since then, I've spent 13 years trying to find justice. And this is where we're at. A documentary because Australia won't listen to me. Now they claim my memory is too fractured to charge anyone. That's funny, because I have a pretty decent memory of what happened up until a point, don't you think? So yeah, let's continue on over here. So I continue my pursuit for justice, including contacting Noreen Hay, the MP, which funnily enough 6 months later got done for corruption. How convenient. And it wasn't even her that did the corruption, but that's another story. So my girlfriend at the time, let's just call her JA, she was living in that flat right there. And one day the police come and they pull her into this little darkened hallway here. 2 New South Wales police officers. And while she's standing here under these steps, they say something to her the likes of, tell your boyfriend to stop investigating or something bad will happen to him. This was just a week or so after the incident, or a month or so, I don't know. Literally threatening that something bad will happen to me if I kept investigating. 13 years later, nothing's happened yet. Yes, so. And this is where my mother is forced to live, which is actually known as Wollongong's most dangerous neighbourhood. And you can look that up on YouTube, folks, and see for yourself.
What's the name of this neighbourhood?
Illawong Gardens in Warrawong, or Port Kembla. I think they've changed the border.